wearing a wind cheater and stopped the bike and took the t-shirt. Somebody screamed from behind, oh, a customer will get. But he was a policeman. Then he called everybody and he thought we are hawkers. So he told us, what are you doing here? It is a private area, you are not allowed to sell anything here. So we showed our I-card and all the certificate, but he told no, you can't sell here. Go out of this area and tell your other groups also. So we were very disappointed. Finally at 12:30 we went to Mulund. My friend Hardik asked me that we'll go to Mulund, then we'll see something in our school. So finally Hardik will go.
Good afternoon, everyone. First of all, I would like to thank Dr. Prasad, Dada, and Shrikant. Thank you so much for this experience. It was like yesterday we had something like 4 hours in hand, and we walked for something like 5 kilometers. Out of this, the first 3 kilometers were a product of zero money. There was no product sold. In disguise, we were all looking forward for the first customer, and we couldn't get the first customer for the first 2.5, 3 hours. We roamed from streets to streets in Hiranandani and finally caught up with the police. And so, afraid of the first sales with the police, we found out that this is not a place where we have to sell. We came to Mulund after 2.5 hours. Walking in this rain and traffic jams, and could finally reach Mulund. In Mulund, we again tried the same thing, like 1:1 selling, but it couldn't work out in Mulund too. Actually, then it was then when we found out that this is not what we wanted to do. Our criteria were different, and what our learning was different. We found out that we will never be able to sell 1:1. What our skills were, that was not allowing us to sell 1:1 for a single customer. So what we did is we entered shop, a toy shop. I don't know if we were allowed to go to shops, but since nothing was working out, we entered into shops. We tried some shops, we convinced them, and from 1:1 retail seller, we became a wholesale seller. We sold many products in the shop, again convincing them, because the tangram, there was a prize money written. So what one problem we faced was the shopkeeper would ask us that if you give me for 35 rupees, I will have to sell for less than 35 rupees because no one buys in the MRP. So that was a loss for the shopkeeper. So that created a problem, but then we could manage to sell many products, and finally after 5 hours we could earn 2,300 rupees, and only 3 t-shirts were left out which are not sold. So it was good experience.